Because I think this is so important, because I'm always talking to people about, like, how do you plan, if in marketing or just in life, within our teams outside of the business. How do you allocate those days, right? How do you even get down to? I know so many people are just like staring at their list right now, and they're like, yeah, I can't start because I'm never going to finish it, right? How do you get to a point where you say, well, this is going to be this, and this is going to, do you have a process, or do you just know your business enough to be able to say, like, those need to be done, and that's a later thing?
I have one place where I have a brain dump,
Okay.
and then I allocate that into different sections and different days and different weeks, and so I've got things allocated for the next month, and it's all proportioned. You've got to spend the time doing it, otherwise you're just all over the place. A little bit of planning is everything, preparation is everything, and you get that right, you're in control. Otherwise, the days control you, and you just don't achieve anything.
I always say I'm too much of an airhead to not have a plan, right? I will just fly towards something, shiny.
I'm a Virgo. Let me just end with that. Enough said. I was blessed with being born as a Virgo. Proper, meticulous, thorough, boring.
If I don't have a plan, like I was speaking to someone who's just gone on a holiday for a couple of weeks, and I was like, make sure there's a heavy plan for when you get back in, because you're not going to remember what you do. And I really I really focus. You know how you kill yourself before a holiday, making sure everything's done. I go that extra step to also make sure I'm doing, a piece of work which has to be done, is book out my entire week back. Right, entire week back. And like the first day is work out what you do for a living, and the second day is continue to work out what you do for a living. Right. But I'm always amazed at how I'm like, how is 7 days I haven't been here, and I don't know how to send a quote anymore. I don't know how to pick up the phone. Right?
I love going away. I think it's amazing. It's taken me a long time to just unwind and not keep checking my phone and replying to email. It's taken me a long time, because you just feel like you're letting people down, and you're just like, you have to be in the loop all the time, and you don't, because the business will run itself, and if it doesn't, it can wait. I mean, I think we live in a very fast paced society now. Everyone wants answers immediate. You've got messaging and instant, all of it, and it's like, no, I need, for my mental well-being, I need me time. I need, family time. I just need to be with my friends. I just don't need. Yeah, you've got to switch off.
It took me about 4 or 5 years of pushing that grind to 12 and 14 hours every single day, and thinking that's okay, to then realizing that actually I'm better. Like, those 8 hours I do are the good hours. And even some of them are a little bit squirrely near the end, right? But the hours 8 to 10, 8 to 12, 8 to 15, they're not good hours of work. Like, chances are the 2-3 hours that it takes me to do something that I'm doing this evening, I'll come in and do in 45 minutes tomorrow morning, if I have that plan and just say, like, that is the hour I'm doing it. I'll just smash it out and get it done. But it's about for me, is like, and a lot of over the last few years, I've kind of started to exercise, and something I'd never done before. But learning from that to be like, okay, cool. So I couldn't lift this or run that far or do whatever. So I started doing it incrementally, and now I kind of can, and that's, so it's okay. So it's not about seeing those results. And I think it's really interesting what you're saying is the switching off on holiday thing, because especially with social, you get to a point where you're like, I've got momentum here. I can smell it. I can feel it. Like, the more I'm posting and the more likes I'm getting. And as much as I'm much like yourself, I don't focus on the engagement. At least I try.
Everybody focuses a little bit on the engagement.
You still get caught up in it, right? I still know when it's like 20 more likes than it was the day before, or 100 more likes.
But you need to slap over the face and said, remember, it's not about metrics.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about leads.
Indeed. And then that's the worry, right? If I'm going to take a week off, is it going to kill all the momentum? It's going to take me 5 weeks to get back up where we are at this point to actually get some leads. From my experience, the answer is genuinely no. Like, I post every day, more or less, every working day until I'm off. And then I don't. And then I stop, and I stop hard, like cold turkey. But I literally don't look at my phone. And I've started to realize when I'm having a great holiday is when I get back and I look at my phone and there's like 3 pictures. Like 3 pictures of the whole, because otherwise every day, all day, I'm like, yeah, pow, 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 pow. And there's, every minute of every day has 30 photos. So when I come back from a holiday and I'm like, one of us getting on the plane, one of us at that meal, one of us getting on a plane. Okay, cool, right? That's a great holiday.
That is a great holiday.
I know for a fact I've switched off. So e-commerce, you're saying you're going to get into e-commerce. That's a massive field. What do you mean?
I am. Over the last about 4 or 5 months, I've been looking more into e-commerce. It's always something I wanted to do. I think I wish I did it a couple of years back. I did start it actually in 2000, and I had this amazing product, and they had issues with the supplier, and it kind of, I got bored, and again I moved on to something else. Anyway, so this time I want to have a bit of fun. I want to do something, which is like, I've always been this person who loves coasters. You're the sad person who stops at the home decor and looks at coasters always. And I want the funny ones, and I want the ones that make me laugh out loud so people turn around and go, what the hell's wrong with it? I like that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, I'm going to turn this into a business, and I'm going to make my own coasters, and it's going to be like work-related coasters and X-rated coasters and nice coasters. But I'm just going to have fun with it because I want to have fun. I want to have fun, and I think when you make people smile, I think you won.
Mm-hmm. And also getting to do something that you like. Getting to do something which you already enjoy, like that is the win. It's as simple as that. Yeah. People say do something that you love, and I know for many years I was like, yeah, sure, that's rich people talk. But you can actually, if you focus for a while, and unfortunately, bills need to be paid, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there doing a job to make sure the bills are being paid, but.
Minor detail,
right? Because the truth is, we do live in an environment now where like the side hustle or doing something as well is a possible thing. Like Andy Barden. I don't know if you've seen Andy on LinkedIn.
Yes,
he's great, right? And he has brilliant messaging that comes out, which isn't necessarily about what he does, but he's just great to follow. And he's got this side hustle of like, I'm not actually wearing my unconventional hoodie today, but he's got this great hoodies and a whole other kind of like, side reason he's doing it and putting it out there while killing it at his job. Like it's completely possible if you love something to do it and like really enjoy it, even if you're stuck in a bill paying, number crunching, punch the clock job,
Totally agree. I mean, if you can have multiple incomes, because that's the big deal, right? Multiple incomes. If you're doing something that you're loving and you're making a difference, do it. I think the time of one job for 40 years is way gone. Who does that? Nobody does that. That's part of the reason why I kind of do EFT, and I can still sell holiday homes in Florida to people. I've had my license since 19 years now, and I had to work my butt off for that. I had to. I spent about 2 years studying for that, because you can't you can't get 16-year-olds selling property like you can here. So I had to go over there and do all that anyway. So yeah, I like to keep things interesting, and so you have multiple incomes coming in. I think that's a win-win. That's a total win-win. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Never put your eggs in one basket.
I love that as someone who's like, you literally been trying to make sure that those eggs start getting in different baskets over the last 4 years.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do coasters. So watch out for my coasters, because it's going to be
excellent.
Yeah. It's almost like I was doing fireworks. I did fireworks for 20 years, over 20 years. It was just, and I would do displays in the most remote places and the most exciting places. And, you spend all day setting up, and then takes 10-15 minutes, and you blow everything up, and you're right underneath it, and there's no other feeling like it. No other feeling. So I'm excited with November the 5th tomorrow.
Oh wow, yeah, I bet. That's your Mardi Gras each year.
Oh yes, God yeah. Who doesn't like apart from pet owners? Actually, I've got a place for that tomorrow. So.
Well, yes. Dal, we try and keep this around 45 minutes because to catch people while they're working and not necessarily take up all their day while we have a good chat. Yes. But for those people who haven't found you beforehand, where can they come find you?
Dal Walton on LinkedIn.
Simple as DALWALTON next to and search, and you will find, and there's great content. Honestly, like, it was a real pleasure for Dal to say yes, because it's one of the places I go to be like, there's good stuff. Like, I try and fill my feed just full of people who I know I'm just going to see interesting stuff pop up constantly. And you're absolutely one of those people.
Too.
So even if you're not about to be the next procurement rock star, there it's still really worth a follow. And I think that's that is the answer to great marketing, is that when I need, and when I get to the point where I'm like, procurement is now the first thing that comes to my mind, I know that I'm going to come to you, even if it's not something that you may have stepped back on at that point, because you've become so relatable. So I really suggest it. Go out there, follow Dal, and thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Mr. Mason, take us to the bridge, sir.